Hello, everyone, and my name's Katrina Lee, and I want to welcome you to Beyond the Pole. It's an eventful week, and we have a great show planned, and we are supported by Ignition Interlock of Erie County, and they're located at 4155 Transit Road in Williamsville, New York, 14221, and I truly believe in interlock. I actually have it myself. I have voluntary interlock for my car, and I know I'm never getting in trouble or get a DWI or put anyone's else's life in risk. And I think it's a great thing. So thank you, Nick. And we have Rich in the house and my friend Gary. Rich helps work for me, and we go all around to different clubs selling dancer clothing. And it should be a good time. So, Rich, how are you today?
Oh, not bad. How are you?
Pretty good. I had a stressful week, but it's going better. And Gary, how are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay. But it was a very rough week, but very eventful and is wonderful. I'm a little blank, and today's gonna be different, so I apologize in advance. But Dazzlers in Fredonia had their grand opening on Friday, and I was supposed to be there, and I didn't make it. And I know you went down, Rich, and I'd love to hear some stuff about it.
Well, they were jam packed. They had about 6 or 7 girls. James, the owner is really, really super nice. Greets all the customers. They recruited a cashier girl. Didn't get to meet her, but she seemed really cool. The door guy, James, actually Jesse, the door guy.
Yeah.
Really nice. Make sure the girls are right on top of things, and the customers were actually halfway decent this time. Nobody got on stage and made a fool of themselves.
That's nice. So, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the whole club. It used to be actually Club 35, and it had kind of a damaged or tainted reputation. So I'm really impressed with all the work that Jane's been putting in. He's doing a complete remodel, and he's very hands-on himself, and he really pays attention to detail, and it's really impressive. He genuinely wants to do this and become like a small club owner of the year, and he's going to be actually in the Ed Publications, which is a major adult magazine or informer of for all the industry, all the gentlemen's clubs, which is great. And I really do like how he's laying it out. It's just a different area. So you have it's all the bars are there, and it's open an hour after the bars close. It is 18 and over and full nude. So they don't serve alcohol. So there's a lot of college students and everyone who goes there. So it's a little different. I'm putting, I actually have merchandise and everything for when my adult stores are in the building. So it's neat.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it helps out, by doing that, you help out the girls if they don't have anything. And also it gets your name out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And then, a lot of, I go all over the place. So I'm really strong in Erie, Pennsylvania, Rochester, Buffalo, my company. And I've been doing this for years. It's called the Traveling Peddler of Smut. And I literally go with a suitcase and go in the back dressing rooms and stuff and sell clothes to all the girls and everything. It was wonderful. Lots of great memories and stories. But I know that you selected a song for the week, and it is Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle. And we're going to listen to that, and then we're going to ask you why you picked that.
All right.
Hello, and welcome back to Beyond the Pole. I'm hustler contract model Katrina Lee, and we have Rich and Gary in the house, and a great show ahead. Now, I had a very, very rough week that everyone was aware of on Facebook or anyone who follows me, and you can also our Facebook page is Beyond the Pole Radio. And Rich, why don't you first tell me why you picked that song, and then we'll go into my topic.
Well, I've always liked Guns N' Roses, and Welcome to the Jungle is a really, really heavy song. It's kind of a wild song,
It's fun. I know it's a classic in almost every gentleman's club and stuff, and it's great.
Yep. Yeah, and then Axl Rose, he's a really good singer, and the whole band is just great. They've put a lot of good music out over the years.
Yeah, they're legends. So,
and it's just a crazy song. If you live a crazy life, that's a great song for you.
Yeah, I agree.
So
my life is a little crazy. It's definitely quite the storm that thousands, probably 10,000 plus people witnessed over the weekend. I am heartbroken to let everyone know that my friend was brutally murdered in Rochester on Friday. Thursday night, actually Thursday. And it's been really, a lot of people are grieving. She worked with me for years at the Mirage. She worked at Classy Cat. Her real name's Char. She danced as Brittany Stacks. And it is horrible what happened to her, and it's really affecting me. And then on top of it, my psychopathic abuser decided to start problems. So it just is very, very rough week, and it's going better. And I'm glad to have wonderful people like you guys by my side. But this is sent out. This whole show is dedicated pretty much to Char, and I'm just absolutely crushed. She was an amazing, amazing person. She was an amazing entertainer, and I really loved her. She was my stripper idol. She's the one who helped me learn a lot of tricks and things and in life. She was a victim of domestic abuse. At a point, she got out of the relationship, but this is actually a true fact that she had an ex who actually threw her out of a vehicle while it was moving, and her breast implants actually ruptured, and she went through a lot of horrifying surgery and everything trying to fix it. And, you know, it's devastating. But on a positive note, though, what she did help me with is she was a successful business owner. She wasn't a drug addict. She had fun, but she saved her money and she put it aside. And when she was getting older, because she was in the industry for over 20 years, you start to, you know, wean away from it and you get out. And she opened a liquor store. And I remember how hard she worked at the Mirage to save up and do this. And I did the same thing with opening adult stores and selling clothing. And you know, I applaud her. She was unlike any of the stigmas that people try to put on the girls and everything. So I know you knew her and you've seen her before. And I know all of Rochester is honestly crushed because she was a beautiful spirit and a person. And she did not deserve for something that horrible to happen.
Yeah, definitely not. You know, she had a great personality. You know, she was bubbly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
She's very bubbly and very happy, and I followed her a lot of times at the Mirage, but she was the one who kept telling me, you know, you need to save up money, and she was even getting trailers and rental properties and saving up her money from dancing and using it to actually benefit long-term off of it. She had legit, solid game plans that most girls don't have in the industry, and she's like a true, honest to goodness, role model. And I'm really horrified and sorry about everything that occurred, and you know, I'll definitely be at the funeral and hope help raise funds.
It's a tight community of girls out there. I think that a lot of them are affected the same way, and
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Gary. It's and honestly, it makes me more aware that I know for a fact, because I have a lot of followers and I'm a genuinely nice person, that people get weird crushes and they stalk you and do different things. And I know that I could never be alone in a building by myself because I've had these ongoing issues, and that's what's not fair. And it's not fair and it's not right that this happens to women. And, you know, I mean, sure, anyone can be harmed as a guy, but it's really, we're more a target. And then a lot of times you get all dumped in her, well, she was asking for it, she was a dancer or something. That's not true. And we need to change these stigmas. It's absolutely horrifying. And I've been stalked over and over and over through the years just because I was nice. And it's terrifying. It really is.
Yeah, and a lot of people find you on the internet too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
you know, yeah, watching and everything, you don't really know what's going on, but I'm like, it was insane, and I'm just devastated, and I know all of us feel the same way, especially at the Mirage and Classy Cat in Rochester, and I'm so sorry. We love her, and it's just been really rough, and I hope her family and her daughter and everyone are all okay, because she was an amazing mother also. And I don't know anyone who can say anything bad about her at all. But I decided for this week's Cat's Meow quote to use, my friend Joe actually got me a Luca and Danny bracelet. And then the bracelets, when they do it, they give you little cards. And they got different quotes. And I got a butterfly, and it said, symbolic of change, the butterfly's transcending ability reminds us to embrace life's challenges that carry us forth to new opportunities. I really like that because this whole show is kind of about empowering everyone and change and getting your life on the right track and like showing you're able and, you know, stability and stuff. We don't have to be perfect, but we don't have to fall to pieces in our industry or to addictions or anything like that. And I am a true believer that if you're in active recovery, in order to succeed, you need to really concentrate on yourself. And this goes hand in hand for like victims of domestic abuse, addicts, anyone, because I'm out of a psychopathic relationship. It hasn't been a whole year. I haven't had any desire really to want to date or get intimate with anyone. I'm having issues. I'm afraid of men. I'm afraid of those things. And there's so many situations that can occur while you're weak and vulnerable. And they're called vultures in terms of domestic abuse. And they're like the guys who see it and they feel better because they think they're saving you and they want that. But when you start getting your life on track and you're doing well, that's when they start like getting destructive because they don't feel they're getting a high off helping you.
Yeah.
And it's not normal. And there's a lot of people out there doing that. And then you got to be afraid that they're actually going to sabotage. And it's nuts. I know that you had a couple negative relationships. Obviously, the women weren't abusing you, but you were being used and taken advantage of. And Rich is one of the nicest guys out there.
Absolutely.
And he was a target on it, and that's terrible. And it just gives everyone negative feelings. You're afraid to love again and get out there. And I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that, but my song I selected for the week is Thomas Rhett, star of the show. Everyone knows that I love country music. I'm a huge country fan. I'm probably one of the few people ever who dance to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going. So let's go into that. Hello. Welcome back to Beyond the Pole. This is Katrina Lee. You see me in different magazines of Hustler, Gallery, Penthouse, Jerry's. You see me on Jerry Springer. I'm doing a whole bunch of different commercials, and I just actually did one for Westridge Traders, and I'm going to be on their TV show, which is pretty cool, and I'm excited. It's Channel 18. So, check them out in Rochester. But the weather and everything has just been really insane lately with the whole up and down. One day it's 73 degrees and then the next it's 22.
Don't know how to dress.
I know, right? It's really odd. I don't remember ever a span in my 30s year age of anything like this as a kid. It's really weird.
It's unusual.
Yeah, definitely. I want to remind everyone to drop off cosmetic and hygiene donations at Playmates in Byron and Tally Ho in Rochester. We have a campaign is far beyond the pole. It's not just a pretty face, and we've collected at least $5,000 so much of makeup and for women who are domestic abuse victims to cover bruises. And women, kind of for job interviews and prison outreach programs and stuff to get on their feet and actually be successful and merge into the community. And I know that the Family Justice Center in Buffalo also has a wish list, and we're donating cosmetic donations to them also. And we're going to have a website up shortly with all different places you can drop things off and items.
Really good cause.
Yeah, we're going to keep this going. We're not going to stop. It's not going to end, and we're going to really make a difference. So I'm actually looking and getting different type of boxes and stuff that I want to put in all the gentlemen's clubs in the area, especially ones that I sell at where people can just drop them off all the time and just put it in there. So I haven't quite found the right one yet because you deal with a lot of drunks and incidents occur in these clubs pretty easy. So, we're getting there.
Yeah, you might want to put it behind the bar, but
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then just have the bartender or someone kind of pay attention to it, and they just come in with it. Because I remember years ago, someone for no reason randomly smashed a soap dispenser in the bathroom with their hand, broke their hand, and there's no point to do that stuff. But when you're dealing with alcohol, vices, and stuff, surprises occur. There's no debate.
maybe they had an unpleasant lap dance.
Yeah, you never know. Just one bad day. Maybe their wife called them and they freaked out because they got busted. I have no idea. But I have Rich here, and Rich helps sell clothes, and he's going to be going around to the Barrel and Tally Ho and a couple of the places in Rochester and Vixens. And what I always thought was neat that you're doing, and you did it on your own, is you're actually selling hats and products on kind of like an entrepreneur at the clubs. you started making them at Playmates and having them there. And I know you did some stuff for Vixens, and that's really cool. And I hope you can expand and spread your ability, because you could even get outfits, dancer outfits embroidered with the club names.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really, really good thing. You know, you want to put the name out there, especially for the clubs in Rochester. I know a lot of them want to go online, you know, and computers are the thing of the future. Web browsing is the way to go. But if you put your name on a piece of clothing, you know, people ask you, hey, where's that place? You know, so they want to try it out. You know, it's a really good thing. So.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I just got a couple of girls stuff, and it's pretty cool. So
Yep.
hopefully you can expand and get more in time.
Hopefully, you know, so.
I do. I think that's just neat. Now, yes, like I said, it's been a very rough week, but I had a blast last night. I went to the Suburban Adult Services Incorporated. It's called Sassy in Buffalo, New York. And my mother works there and is dealing with handicapped individuals and helping empower them. And they kind of are group homes, and where a person will oversee and, you know, help these individuals in workshops. And they had a charity event, which I've done for at least 20 years with my mother. Cat's Meow always donates a basket. And it's really fun. They have like 180 plus baskets from all different donations. And this is their major fundraiser that helps fund them. Like, this is a big deal. And there was at least 300 people. And this year they had a comedian. And his name was Michael Harrison. And it was a great time. He's from Canada. So it was pretty funny. But my parents' probably worst fear occurred, which was classic. I happened to be there, and the guy decided randomly at our table to ask me what I did for a living. Mm-hmm. And now, mind you, my parents are all in the mental health field. My whole family's there. My sister's there. And I just turned and I smiled after this very stressful Friday night and my friend passing. And I go, I own a chain of adult stores. Bam, like deadpan, just delivered it. And my mom's like, no. And like, it was hysterical. And then they're asking my dad then what he did for a living and stuff. And he's like, I'm retired, but you know, he's one of the directors at the psych center and everything. So they're laughing and like, oh, I could see your daughter's a form of mental stability. And it was great. And my sister's like, take her. And it was a classic. My mom is never going to live this one down.
No, probably not.
No, everyone, I mean, literally everyone was laughing so hard. And then I guess some of my mother's friends were in the bathroom and stuff after. And they're like, who's that girl's mother? Which one is she? Which one is she? And my mom's like hiding and she's all red and like embarrassed. And my dad's loving it. And he's laughing so hard and getting into it. And then everyone at the other table started joining in. Even when he asked another table, he's like, oh, what's going on? She's like, I just want to know where her store is and stuff. And it was great. We were even talking about the Lindsay Lohan of Rochester, you know, running around and firing girls and different things. That, you know, he was saying how hard it was to fire someone, and it is. I'm terrible at firing people, and when you're dealing with a lot of people, girls in the adult industry, the retribution or how they attack you, it can be really rough. Like, I fired a dancer before to have my car tire slashed and keyed and, you know, everything. So I try to avoid that as much as possible.
Yeah, I try to have someone else do the dirty work, you know, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Then they go off the edge and they're sending you like hundreds and hundreds of text messages, like paragraph long. And they really think they're right, like on some rant. And you're just like, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I saw what you did in the back. I don't get what the issue is. Usually if you're fired from a strip club, you probably did something really bad and stupid, because they pretty much let anyone work.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard.
You have to be some extreme addict, do something crazy, try doing extras or sexual favors. You just don't, you know, they're pretty laid back.
Yeah, definitely.
But, you know, good times. So I love Sassy. It's a great organization. I've helped them out for years and years. They even have therapeutic horse riding and stuff like that out there. It's a great place. And I absolutely love it. So I have another song, which is totally, completely dedicated out to Char. She was Brittany Lynn, and at the Mirage, she was Stax at Classy Cat. She used different names, but this is my beautiful friend who passed, and she would constantly dance to this song, and I miss her, and already, and the world is going to be a little less happy, I guess. So we have Bartender Rehab. Thank you for listening to Beyond the Pole. This is Katrina Lee, and that song completely goes out to Char. She was horribly murdered on Thursday. She owned Char's Liquor in Rochester, New York, and I'm just absolutely crushed. And that was one of her favorite songs, and everyone would know that. And I send it out to her completely, and her family and everyone. And I'm just so sad about it. But I have a feeling wheel. Now, I don't know how many people are aware of what these are. Anyone who's done therapy or counseling would know, but this is the feelings wheel. They have scared, sad, mad, joyful, powerful, peaceful. I'm kind of on the wrong end of the feelings wheel right now, hitting sad, mad, and scared. It was a very, very stressful week, but some of these are interesting because feelings are real. They're not facts. Feelings are tools that let you know your thoughts. Feelings are never to be ignored. Feelings should never be put in charge. Obviously, I messed up on that one on Friday night, which thousands of people witnessed. Feelings are not behavior. Feelings are not thoughts. Feelings are energy, and feelings are temporary. Now, a great example of the feelings wheel is with a beach ball. So you say you maybe take it and you hold all your feelings under and you push it under the water and you try to hold it, and it's going to be a challenge, and then it pops up. So the more you try to suppress the feelings instead of working with them, they become more challenging and risky. And if you use feelings correctly, they become a gift. So what you have to do kind of is learn to, not act out on feelings and let things get to you, which I'm very aware of this, and my ex was creating a lot of drama, and I wasn't able to completely control my feelings on Friday, and it kind of shot out. But it was because I was dealing with grieving for a friend and already an emotional rough spot, and it was very rough, and alcohol never helps either. So if you're really sad or upset, it's not a good idea to drink. It just makes it all worse. It does not resolve any problems at all, except when you wake up the next day, then you're like, wow, now I have new feelings of, embarrassment and remorse and others.
That's when you check your cell phone and go, I didn't send that text. Did I really? Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to apologize to the people for the crying, hysterical messages, but it was very, very rough. And no one really wants to be attacked nonstop on the internet and everything. And my abuser just won't seem to leave me alone. And I'm just so drained of it. And I just want freedom and to be able to be happy and actually have like a normal, healthy relationship again. And when you deal with a psychopath, you don't know when they're going to keep bothering you, and there seems to be no warning signs. So I'm just dreading this. My counselor, I go to counseling at Haven House, and I work with Willow in Family Justice Center, and I go to every group thing you could imagine because I've been really put through the ringer, and they say that this could be going on for years. And because he moved on to another target right after me, and he just lost her. So now I'm back again as his target, which stinks. I don't want that to be me, but everyone watched it on Facebook occur, and I'm glad I got to entertain probably 10,000 plus people, back and forth or more. That's what I strive to do in life every day is to make a spectacle. No, I really don't, actually.
Everything was really well said, though.
Yeah. Amazingly, too, in this inebriated state that I decided to drink myself stupid till I blacked out, I spelled everything correctly and actually seemed like I was making sense. And I was like this very high-functioning blackout drunk. It was a little scary there. I'm like, oh, no. But I didn't do anything bad that really got myself in trouble, and I honestly just told the truth. That was it. I just was like, Every once in a while, I think we need to just have like a slight mental breakdown and scream to release the tension. And when you're like myself and you're like a go, 100-hour work week individual, you can get a little stressed out. And there's a lot of people constantly reaching and grabbing out to me. And that's how life is. Now, what are your feelings today, Rich? What ones do you feel you relate to on the feeling wheel?
I would say, one of the powerful ones, respectful.
Nice. I love that.
I was surprised to actually be on your show.
I'm glad you came on. Of course I was going to have you on eventually, but
Joyful. Really, cheerful.
Nice. You're in the good side of the feeling wheel.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm on the sad side,
Yeah.
But you got to be positive every once in a while. So, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm usually extremely like the positive, and I know it's shifting and I'm going in a better direction, but I definitely felt scared, helpless, insecure, anxious, bewildered, discouraged, insignificant, embarrassed, overwhelmed, hurt, skeptical, irritated, jealous, frustrated, sarcastic, critical. I'm definitely not hostile. It's not really an anger or feeling I ever have, but So, Gary, what feelings are you having?
I'm actually a little sad because Katrina's a little down about everything.
Thank you.
But and I'm a little scared because I'm not used to being on the radio. So there's one.
No,
there.
I know.
But I'm happy to be here. That would bring the joyful into it.
Yeah, I'm getting positive. I'm laughing. I was laughing so hard last night. I honestly did have a great time at that event. I just wish. I can't believe I even had an opportunity to embarrass the heck out of my parents. It was wonderful. It was great, and it was everyone loved it, and it was a good time.
Yeah, if you get the chance in a lifetime to embarrass your parents, that is the time.
I know. I was like,
sure.
yes, I have it. And I could have. You said some other job. I could have said I have a radio show. I model or something. I could have for sure, but I chose to say I own a chain of adult stores and this big grin on my face.
They didn't run for the doors either.
My mom wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And,
she did.
And the 2 stars that your dad had in his eyes, he only has 1 now probably. So. But you're still his little girl, so, it's all good.
Right? And on top of it, the comedian, we were comedy gold. Like the opportunity that you're all surrounded by mental health advocates and different people. And then there's some girl who has a chain of strip clubs and like adult stores inside a strip club at the table with the father and the family, my sister. I mean, that's rare. I know that's rare. And he's like, I couldn't even ask for anything better than this. We occupied and entertained everyone for at least a half hour. It was a good time. And on top of it, after my little debacle on Friday, I won a giant basket of booze. That was exactly what I needed to win. No, not really, but hey, I was smart enough at least to make sure it wasn't accessible to me, and I got rid of it. So why bother having the, hair of the dog right there staring at it, Good times, everyone. I want to remind everyone to drop off cosmetic and hygiene donations at Playmates in Byron, New York, and Tally Ho in Rochester. That's going to help our campaign, Not Just a Pretty Face. We're helping make a difference for women in out of domestically abusive relationships, cover bruises, get self-esteem, get ready for job interviews. And I got a large donation from my friend who actually cleared out the hotel and gave me a whole bunch of Crabtree and Evelyn shampoos and conditioners and stuff. So thank you, Ravi. That was wonderful. We were laughing, and anything like, if you're in hotels and the shampoos and stuff, everything makes a difference and adds up. And, they'll appreciate all of it.
It's a really good cause.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is. It's a great cause, and it's one that's we're going to be constantly doing, and, it does make a difference. And it's the little things in life, and people constantly get free gifts from Lancome or whatever, and there's colors of lipstick or what they don't like, and we gladly family, please donate it to us.
Yeah, I would definitely put a box at Hollywood Treasures also.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're gonna start putting him in more places and everything. And there's tons of, I love Raphael. I love, he's a great person. He's funny. He's got an amazing fiance, Colleen, and I definitely support Hollywood Treasures too at 772 Eastridge Road in Rochester. I actually, if you go on YouTube and you look up Hollywood Treasures Rochester Pirate, you can see a commercial I was in where it's got a couple of my friends that worked at the Mirage at the time. And, we've got the booty. It's pretty funny. You laugh. And you can even look up an episode I went on with him on Jerry Springer. If you put Hollywood Treasures, BTCHES. Strippers and hoes. You can't swear on this radio station, so everyone knows what the real thing is, but it will pop up on there if you look that up. So
yeah, if you're having a bad day, look that up. It's really
funny.
Really funny. Yeah,
my dad was proud of me for that one. Actually, we did watch Jerry Springer our whole lives growing up, and I wanted to be on Jerry so bad. My whole life, we used to come up with little schemes and like, oh, let's do this or that, and get our family on. And I finally, made it happen. And I'm actually a proud Jerry Springer recruiter. So if you want to go on this show, let me know and I'll hook you up with Cassie. She's always looking for exciting people. And it is a great time. It's really fun. You get like VIP complete treatment and wined and dined, and it's unique. They actually film it in the same place with Maury and Steve Wilko's show. And so you're in the rooms and they separate you from the people who are on it. So you're at the same time you're with the people with Maury, and like it's a good time. It's great.
If you want to get out of Rochester, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I can definitely set you up and put you on it. Rich, when are you gonna go on? Let's come up with a theme for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. Right?
But we're going to go on to our last and final little song before the end of our show, and it's actually Sammy Hagar, Rock Candy. This, the old DJ at the Mirage, Tony, I love him. I miss him too. He was a great person, but he always loved this song, and he would play it as one of our cabaret and intro songs. So this is another one that Char, I keep thinking because her name was Brittany there, but we all have fake names. I'm probably the only one who used my real name.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just didn't care. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. So here we go. Welcome back to Beyond the Pole. I'm your host, Katrina Lee, and we got Rich and we have Gary in the house, who also helped me work for Cat's Meow. And we're having a good day. It's going better. Actually, I'm starting to laugh and I'm starting to feel more like myself, which is great. And it's because I'm with great people. And the show after us is Two Guys and a Girl, and they're in the house right now getting ready for the studio change because they start at 6. And I just feel better. I'm like with a nice group. And, I know it's going to be fun after this. You're going to go figure out some place to eat and just relax. And it'll be nice because I want to change my side of the feeling wheel from sad, mad, scared to peaceful, powerful, and joyful ones. I want to feel safe. And it's really hard when you were in a domestically abusive relationship to feel safe. And when I'm constantly being attacked, and that's the one thing by my former abuser, I don't feel safe, and I don't feel safe at home, and it's scary. And I'm just really not a fan, and it seems like there's no end in sight to when this goes away. But I'm glad I have this opportunity for this show, and that I can make a difference in the lives of these women and other individuals who were abused, because it goes hand in hand. Like a lot of times too, like the women who are abused, it trickles down the effect and stuff, the cycle of violence, and it repeats because children are watching this happen, and they're watching maybe the mother being abused or the father doing that, and they start to think maybe that's okay. And that's normal relationships and stuff, and that's healthy. And I've seen it where they become the abusers or end up being abused. And it's called, like I said, the cycle of violence, and it's terrible. It really is. And a lot of people end up getting hurt and affected when this goes on. It's usually never just one or two people. It's families and everything. And I had issues with love bombing, triangulation. I mean, I had my arm broken by this individual. I was held hostage for 3 days and not allowed to have access to phone, food, and everything because of this man. And when it started, immediately I got really stressed out again on Friday. And like I said, I foolishly thought I could drink away my sorrows, I guess. But I made things a little more stressful and worse. And I fell into what he started attacking me on and, fed into it. So I kind of let him win, but I didn't completely, obviously. But, everyone watched it. So I was going in the better direction because I know what I did was wrong. At least I admit, and I admit it. Alcohol does not fix problems. Alcohol does not make anything better. It usually makes it 100 times worse. And then you feel really terrible the next day. So I was suffering because I honestly haven't drank in a while. I'm not where I have to not drink, but I choose not to. It's not the best decision for me, and especially when you're driving around and going to all different clubs and locations, it's hard to drink in the clubs. You got to worry about a DWI. So that's why I put voluntary interlock into my car so that I know that I'm not going to mess up, and it keeps me accountable. I know that I can't start my car if I drink at all, pretty much. You can only have like a half a shot. Or if I do, I could be stranded in a dangerous club in the middle of the night at like 4 a.m, when they're closed, and not be able to leave, and sit in my car slowly waiting till I can blow into it or something. Because when it's voluntary, you don't have the camera. So it's like I choose to do this. So it's not to all the extremes.
Yeah.
I know you've seen my interlock, both of you guys, and people ask me all the time, and I'm like, I think it was the best thing I could have ever done, and I choose to have this. This is not mandated.
It's working for you, so
it is absolutely working for me. And I've talked to other people before, and they didn't know you can get voluntary interlock, and they were like amazed. And I mean, hardcore alcoholics who were like, I just can't trust myself. I'm afraid sometimes to leave, and who went to jail or Spanzer, where you mess up again, you go to jail for like 10 years. And they were like, I want to sign up for this. And it's great. The one in Western New York is actually Ignition Interlock of Erie County. Just moved to a new location, and I have to go there in 3 days to get it recalibrated. So I'll be seeing Nick.
Don't forget.
No, I won't. The one time I didn't move my car, I didn't realize it wouldn't be recalibrated, and it locked me on my own vehicle, and I was trapped in Byron, and I needed help, and I couldn't get back home, and it was a nightmare. And thank you, Reg. You actually helped me out with that.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
And Dad's Well Towing helped out me too, because we had to get my car hauled to New York, back down to Buffalo, so that we could get it, calibrated. That was a stupid mistake that actually cost me quite a bit of money as an error. So good times. I would like everyone to know that you can like our Facebook page is Beyond the Pole Radio. And I also have a Facebook page, and it's for women or men, anyone in a domestically abusive relationship or anything. It's called Cats Meow Cares, KATS Meow MEOW KARES. I did that way because my name's Katrina with a K, and everything's always been cute and cats meow and little paw prints, and my friends all called me Cat when I was growing up. So it's just neat. It's really it's a great site. I'm pretty proud of it. It's grown. We have a lot of more likes, and it's building. And when I went to that event last night at Suburban Adult, there's a lot of people like in the medical field and mental health, and they were saying how much they love what I'm doing, and that they're really paying attention, and that I am helping make a difference. And the thing is, with the gentlemen's club, the whole strip club industry, we are losing a lot of girls every week to overdoses and heroin, and they're not seeming to be able to get the effective help. And there's a lot of girls entering the industry that shouldn't be in it because they're doing it for fast, easy money for drugs. They're not doing it like entertainers. It's not the same way it was years ago, and it's affecting everyone at a very rapid rate. I personally can say that I have lost well over 400 people to heroin overdoses from a large scale because I am in so many clubs and on an aggressive level. It's tragic. The most horrifying one was Tiffany in Erie, Pennsylvania, and her dog, actually, she was alone and no one knew for 2 weeks, ate her. The dog started eating her. I mean, this shouldn't happen. We need to stop. And everyone in this industry and people need to stand up and fight back.
Absolutely.
Stop allowing this. Like, let's help each other. Stop enabling. Stop seeing that girl. Don't allow it, because you don't hit a rock bottom very fast or easy when you're in the adult industry. You got a lot of customers who are feeding into you, supporting the habit on accident, maybe taking advantage of you. You get a lot of damaged individuals whose parents maybe were in bad situations or alcoholics, and they're like an Al-Anon and codependent, and they can piggyback. And I'm not saying who, but on one of the shows, we had a girl who was doing really great, and she was sober, and that's why I was saying on not starting a relationship for a year, and they really reiterate it to you in any AA or any classes. And she ended up finding an enabler and completely relapsing, and is not in the right path. So I know at least I'm trying to do the right thing, and I hope more people are listening, and this can maybe help out others in a better way, shape, and form, right? Have you lost any individuals yet to heroin?
I haven't yet, no. I know I have a lot of friends that have in the past, and it's really hard. It's not something you want to go through. If you're out there and you see this, yeah, definitely, put a stop to it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and these people are really hurting and suffering, and it's the hardest drug to get off of. It really is. It's a nightmare, and anyone who's even managed to do it for a month, I almost applaud, because it's so challenging. And the second that you go back to it, it seems to be when they're all overdosing.
Because they're not used to it being in their system.
Exactly,
right? Yeah.
And then it's the level, and it's frightening, but... thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Beyond the Pole. You can check us out. We're going to be online in the podcast. We'll be back next week. We're on 5 to 6 from now on. And it's a great time. And our website's going to be up soon. And a lot's going on with the company, and it's growing. And we're actually going to be eventually taking this show on the road and going to all different clubs, including in Las Vegas for all the trade shows. I already go to the International Lingerie Conventions and more. I talked to actually Dennis Hoff, and we're going to be able to go into the cat house and do interviews, which is going to be awesome. Thank you.